welcome to Mrs. Sebastian's classroom again. And I'm so glad you're here to join me on another learning adventure. So today we are going to be making some super easy bat origami. If you did my other bat origami on this page, it's a little more challenging, but this one is great for any grade level that comes to our school and maybe even younger. So get ready for some fun facts about bats and then do this easy origami with me. So the first thing I want to say about bats is that there are no vampire bats in Florida. And this happens to be a picture of a vampire bat. And bats are not rodents. They're their own order called Chiroptera, which translates to hand wing. And most people are surprised to learn that the bone structure of a bat wing is nearly identical to a human hand. Bats are the only mammals that actually fly instead of glide. But there's more to the furry little nocturnal animals than meets the eye. There are 13 species that live in Florida, including this Brazilian Mexican free-tailed bat. All bats in Florida are insectivores. They eat a lot of moths, flies, dragonflies, beetles, wasps, ants, and mosquitoes, and more. Many bats can eat their body weight in insects every night. Baby bats are called pups, and their mother bats only usually give birth to one at a time because the babies can weigh up to 25% of their mommies when they're born. Mommies have to eat twice their weight in insects every night to take care of their babies, and they do a great job feeding them and grooming them daily. When bats go poo, we call it guano, and it makes great fertilizer. It has lots of nitrogen, phosphate, and potassium. A lot of organic farming is really getting into using it too. Bats usually roost anywhere they can find good shelter. Now, some species do prefer to sleep alone or in small groups, while others like to be part of a larger group known as a colony. While some colonies live in caves, those are not so common throughout Florida, so they often find shelter in man-made structures like buildings and bridges. Solo or small groups will also roost in tree cavities, or you can get one of those man-made bat houses. They love those. You can even build one yourself with a kit. Now, we don't have fruit bats like this one in Florida. Those are the types that love to eat all sorts of fruits. You're probably very familiar with that one from the storybook Stella Luna. All right, supplies that you'll need for this lesson include a pair of scissors, a pencil or a pen, a piece of origami paper that is square. It will be colored on one side and white on the other. And if you don't have your own origami paper, check out my YouTube video on my channel on how to make your own. And then if you want to go really crazy and add lots of personality to your bat origami today, you can use markers or crayons or colored pencils even. All right, let's get on to that first step. That first step is going to be turn your paper to the white side. Yay, I have white paper. All right, then our next step is we're going to just take this top edge here and we're going to fold it all the way down to the bottom edge so we'll have a crease in the middle. So we're folding this in half. And as with all origami, it is important to get those creases nice and sharp and even. So once you get the edges lined up really nice, I put a finger or two there and then I take my hand and I crease it here. And if you have weak hands, sometimes, especially if you're older, it might hurt to do creases. You can even use a pencil or a marker, and that way you can press down nice, or even the edge of a pair of scissors, and that'll give you that really nice sharp crease you want. And then remember, it's just top to bottom. That is our first step here. All right, our next step is, while we are leaving our paper folded in half, we're going to fold it this way, but this time it's going to be left to right. So again, we're going to make a crease in the middle by folding it in half. Line up those edges, put a couple of fingers, and then just crease it down. We just folded this in half. All right, we're gonna open this up and we're gonna make the water bomb fold now. So this is a little tricky for some kids. Sometimes you can do a little pre-folding to help move it along. What would be my pre-fold? I'm gonna take this top corner here and I'm gonna fold it on a diagonal line so it meets with that crease in the middle. So it's like folding it in half, but we're gonna make it into triangles as we do that. That means that this edge here is gonna become even with the crease down the middle. So pick up that top corner and just fold it down for me and then crease it just like this. All right, yours should look like mine now. So now what we're going to do is we're gonna slide our finger in the pocket here. All right, so take that pocket there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift this whole thing up. See right here? Right there. So I'm gonna do it again. So my pocket, my finger or thumb is right in that pocket. Lift it up, all right? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slip my finger right down the middle. See the train conductor, he goes along the track, make him wear a little hat. So now we have this part here, my finger's all the way up the crease that was in the middle. It's pointed up here at the top. Take that and fold that down so that the crease that's right here will be going straight up and down, just like the crease is underneath it. And then crease that down. If you missed it, I'll show it again. Put my finger or thumb right in that pocket there, move it over, and then just press it down. If you missed it, I'm going to show it again. One more time. Check and see if yours looks like mine. All right, our next step is we're going to flip this over left to right. So we're going to flip over the whole thing left to right, just like this. Okay. We just flipped it over. Look at yours. Does it look like mine? And we're going to do the same thing that we did before. We're going to take this top corner and we're going to make this edge here line up with the edge down the middle. Fold it over, crease it down. All right, get ready to stick your thumb or finger in that pocket there. Grab it. Make sure it's fluffed open all the way. Grab it, lift it up. And then this side is a little trickier, but again, it's the same thing. Right where these two creases come together in the white area inside of that, put your finger on the track until he wears a little hat, and then go ahead and crease that down. If you missed it, I'm going to show it again. You may have to get that finger in there and fluff it open if it's not folding over on that little top part in the middle. So grab it, move it, and then pull it down. One last time. Remember, you can put your finger down in the middle there if you need to and go all the way up. That helps keep that nice and pointed there. All right, that is the completion of the water bomb fold. So take a look, see if yours looks like mine. That's what it looks like from underneath. You've got 2 flaps on the left and 2 flaps on the right. So our next part is kind of like a kite fold. What we're going to do is we're going to make the top flaps only on both sides. We're going to lift those up and make this part here line up with the crease in the middle. So we're going to pick this top flap up, the right hand flap to start with, fold it over, line it up with the crease in the middle, and then go ahead and crease it down. Take a look. Does yours look like mine? All right, we're going to go ahead and take the left hand flap and do the same thing. This time we're going to make this side line up with the crease down the middle. Top flap only, fold it over. All right, yours should look like mine now. Now, normally in origami for this next step, you would not draw or cut, but for this easy bat, we are going to do that. And what we're going to do is we're going to probably take our thumb and lay it right across the top of our origami. So you can see this is where the point is. My thumb's laying across it. Take a pencil or a pen and make a big U, because bats have lots of great hearing, that sonic hearing that allows them to be able to home in on things, right here. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. It's a big U, and this is on the outside flaps here. That one got a little off. It's not quite as nice as the other side. You know what? Because I'm doing this in pencil, I can certainly go back and make it nicer. All right, I'm going to lift up my thumb, and I'm going to show you now, and I'm going to show you up close what it looks like. You want to leave a little space up here because this is going to be the bat's head, and these are going to be his ears because they're going to pop up. All right, so now I am going to go ahead and cut only on the line here. That means I'm only going to cut right on the U. I'll only be able to do this once, so watch carefully. One hand does the holding, the other one does the cutting, and I always try to cut away from myself, so I'll turn the paper to get that cut. And you can see how I cut just on the U shape. You're going to do that on the other side also. So again, one hand does the holding, the other hand does the cutting, but turn that paper as you do it so you're always cutting away from yourself. That way you keep the cutting edge of the scissors doing their job. So you can see now I have this flap here and I have this flap here. I just cut right along those lines. Go ahead and do that now. All right, for this next step, we're going to take this top point here and we're going to just fold it down. So when we fold it down, just like so, we can press this down and those ears will pop right up. Look at that. All I did was I took this point and folded it down for his head, and then those ears will pop right up for us. these are like his little thumbs on his wings too, which is a nice little added benefit for that. Now, if you're in my class and this is all the time we have, we could be done. We could go ahead and add details like ears, you know, like so. Maybe I'll color those in. We could add eyes if we want to. We could add a little nose here on the end. If he's a little vampire bat, we might even put some teeth in here. You know, really cute. You could even add a little bow tie. Why not? Have some fun here, right? And if you had markers or colored pencils or crayons, you could even color that in. I'm just going to do it with a black marker here. Maybe I'll go over these lines that I have done in pencil. You know, maybe he's got polka dots on his wings, but that would be our completed bat. Also, you could take these bottom ones here and you could fold them out. Those make cute little feet, just like so. You could also fold those upwards and you might get them to hang on a pencil or on your fingers. You can also put your fingers in his wing area and you could have him fly around by doing like that. If you want to make his legs a little more slender, I'll show you how to do that next. All you have to do here is take this outside point, fold it inward so it goes to a point right here on the end of his feet. It'll look like this when you fold it. So I'm just going to tuck that part in just like so it gets to a point. And that makes his legs a little more slender. So again, all I did was I took this outside edge and tucked it inward. This is great if you just have some extra time and want to make them extra snappy. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So again, I just tuck this outside corner inward. And then you can do all those neat things with his legs again. Oh, I'm sorry, with his feet. You can do all those nice things with his feet again. And that is the bat. I hope you enjoyed him as much as I love teaching you.